Hi everybody. It's been quite a long time since I've talked to you guys, but I figured before I go to bed, I should maybe try and do a video. I've been meaning to do a video since I moved, but things have been so hectic lately, and I've been dealing with some very deep emotions that I couldn't really find the strength to even do a video with you guys. So this is my new phone, a Samsung Galaxy Luna, and it's actually not too bad. Just having some issues with it being super slow, so, but I have a security thing on there, so hopefully it fix it. Anyway, I wanted to maybe express some deeper feelings since I've finally had the balls to talk to someone about something that was upsetting me. Talked to two people, a relative from my father's side and my girlfriend, which I'm very appreciative and grateful for her. Who knows what would have happened to me if I didn't talk to someone. I was almost tempted just to go to bed and shower and go to bed, or even just ignore the shower and go to bed. But I know it's healthier to talk about stuff like this. So, just to start off, I moved away from a unhealthy environment. No, I don't know how to say this, no ill will to my cousin, Casey. I still love her. I still have some fun being around her. I like talking with her because we're both nerds together. But as far as me and her dickhead boyfriend, we are through. I do not want to be around him anymore. I do not want to even be in the same vehicle. I'll just literally ignore him till I have the gall to talk to him. But right now, I don't want to even think about it. I want to focus on school and focus on me. So, right now, I'm living with my brother and my older sister. One of my brothers, specifically Matthew, I always liked him a bit more than I do my older brother because, well, they're both my older brothers. Matthew's like my second older brother. It's just that he kind of gets me a little bit more than anyone else does. Granted, he still is the overprotective brother, but again, he doesn't understand a whole lot of stuff because he's super smart, so he tends to put the logic over anything else. So, my sister, my first older sister, she's the one that was born first. She has the street experience and street wisdom, has had 8 to 9 boyfriends that were all dicks to her, and she got pregnant twice. Still has 2 children, but officially, according to her, she has no children. And using this specific expression. But, my brother went to the bar today to go watch the stupid football game. And of course, I don't care to go because I don't care about football much anymore. I don't understand it. It's brutish and brutal and boring. I'd be bored to death. And plus, it's really awkward, I think, being around Steve. So, Steve is my cousin's ex-husband, in which she divorced him. But the thing I wanted to talk to most is the things my older sister says to me. Be it, of course, every time I hang out with my other sister and tell her that, oh, my sister said this and this and this. She says some things and I don't know whether to believe her or not. And all of a sudden she says, don't believe anything she says. She's nothing but a liar. All she does is want attention and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, so does everyone else in this family, it seems like. And some things she said, specifically my older sister, of course, all of a sudden, I didn't know what was wrong with her. If she was stressed out or high on drugs or something, but she literally talked me down for like the last 2 to 3 hours. Luckily, I was able to take it and shaking my head and ignoring it. But every time she talks down on me like that, I know I'm pretty sure she doesn't mean it, but I think in some part of her, she does mean it. And in that small sense, it does hurt, but I just smile and shake my head thinking that she doesn't know me. She doesn't know who I am. The last time something like this happened, when I first saw her back, She may say, "Oh, you haven't changed, Melinda. You'll never hurt a fly. You'll never change. You're still the same. You're still the same quiet, shy, weak person." And I'm like, "Yep, you're doing the same thing this family does to me. They think I'm weak, small, innocent, a dumbass, a retard, a child that spends too much time on the computer and too much time on her phone, that always thinks about death, very pessimistic and negative, and too antisocial, so she's not worth anything, and we should not bother giving her emotional support that she needs, or, actually offering some of their time to her or anything." I understand they have their own lives. I understand. I have been more than able to take care of myself like a good 80% for the last 20 something years. The only thing I'm still struggling with is financial wise and getting to school. Everything else, I can take a shower when I need to. I can brush my teeth, take my pills. If I have money, I'll go shopping for food. If I have a bill, I will pay phone bills. I can take out the trash, do dishes. I can cook for myself. I can put food away. I'll make sure I don't leave any dishes around. If I need laundry, I will do laundry. I'll put away my clothes. If I have homework, I will do homework. If I need to study, I will study, etc., etc. I've been able to take care of myself for the last 20 years. Even before my mom died in 2011 of liver cancer, I was still able to take care of myself. And it's so frustrating when my family does this to me, when they think so little of me. And this is what frustrated me so much tonight. My sister went to work tonight and she won't be back till tomorrow, and no one else is here but me, so I have this opportunity to vent out my frustrations. And every time my family, it's literally every single one of them, they think I'm unable to handle myself. They think I'm being too shy and lazy because I haven't gotten a job yet, a real job, like working at a frickin' fast food place, or being able to pay my bills, or learning to pay off my student debt, or getting more loans so I can shove more debt down my throat. Ugh. It's so frustrating. And this is why I was forced to go to my girlfriend or family member from my father's side, that my family doesn't know any of these feelings that I feel towards them. They don't know any of them at all. And I know this is not going to be a good thing to keep it up inside for very long. It's literally going to start tearing me apart. It already is putting stress on my heart and on my mind. And I'm coming to a point, literally right now, where I don't know who to trust at all anymore with anything. So I'll finish with school or work on school very hard. And my sister also made kind of a scary mention, she repeated at least 3, 4, or 5 times. We worked really, really, really hard. Me and Matthew worked really, really hard for like months just to get you here and out of that safe environment where they were treating you like shit. We want to make sure and that you're happy, get your stuff that you want. And we both know, because you told us that you want to get your own place. And we want to, teach you stuff, how to, take care of yourself, since apparently you can't take care of yourself. And then if we find that you cannot take care of yourself, we'll make sure you never get your own place. And I'm like, okay. I was starting to get the feeling that my whole family thinks I'm this fragile bird that cannot handle the real world. I've been trying to handle the real world for the last 20 something years. I have been struggling to try and figure it out. And I haven't been able to do a whole lot of stuff for the last 20 something years. The only thing I've been trying to go through right now is school. I can't have the stress and the pressure of taxes, bills. I probably could have handled my own phone bill, but not for very long. I've been trying to handle putting food in my belly every night, making sure I shower if I'm living with family member, which I've literally been what I felt like a moocher for the last 20 something years, and struggling to try and remain independent, but literally they've been shoving me down to be an independent child. They literally all think I'm a child. And apparently my older sister thinks that my aunt and my cousin are using me because they put me down as a dependent in their taxes. And apparently, according to her, my older sister, they get $6,000 for having that on there as on their paper. So I'm like, there's a small chance they could be doing that, but why? I've been nothing but helping them out. I'm the one that helped take care of the girls while Kathy was at work. I'm the one that's helping to take care of her plants. Or used to anyway. I apparently can't feed them every day. I'm the one that's helped feeding her animals, cleaning up after their animals, taking care of the girls, making sure the girls go to sleep. And with my cousin, every time she needed me to babysit her kid, I babysit the kid for a few hours. I help do the dishes. I help put away stuff that I used. Before I go to bed, I make sure everything's locked up. I turn off all the lights and I go to bed. I pretty much do all of the things they asked of me. And when I felt like I needed a break, I would take a break. But every time I even took a break, after I felt like I want to do stuff for me, like having the weekend off, I would get yelled at or lectured because I wasn't doing enough for them. They still wanted more and they expected 110% from me, which I can't do that. I can't do that. For so long, I've done what everyone asked me to do, what they wanted me to do, and what they expected. It's always expecting 5,000%, which I cannot give. I've worked my ass off as a good student and ideal model for my nieces. Well, at least for two of them anyway. I've helped them to take care of their house, try to keep the place clean, at least provide some sense of happiness. But when I'm stressed out, when I'm feeling unhappy, when I'm not liking a stupid decision they have made, they consider that I have an attitude problem. And granted, I even looked it up. An attitude problem is someone with a uncivilized way of dealing with things, not responding well to communication and blah, blah, blah. I was like, there's a reason I don't do that. But of course, you never ask me. You never talk with me. You never talk with me with a calm voice and say, hey, Melinda, how's... of course, sometimes they ask, how are you doing? But I just don't feel like answering them at the moment. I've been having a really hard time trusting any of my family members with anything that's happening in my life. When I first met my girlfriend, I didn't want anyone in my family knowing about her because I knew they'd make a big deal about it. They'd embarrass me, and that's the kind of embarrassment I do not appreciate. I don't need right now. This is the first feeling for me, and I want to be able to understand it by myself because I feel like I'm strong enough to be able to figure it out. And my girlfriend, Sage, hopefully maybe this is the first thing for her too, so maybe we can figure it out together. I can look up stuff on the internet. The YouTube is huge. And there's Google and there's help books and everything. And I've asked some relationship advice, mostly from my cousin. But her advice only so helped. But I don't think she's going to be much of help because she hasn't had many successful relationships either. And I'm starting to question everything too. But I know I shouldn't. But yet, I'm not the only one in the family that keeps stuff from everybody. I didn't know my cousin was pregnant the first time. I didn't know she had other lovers. I didn't know her and the dickhead boyfriend of hers were fighting. A lot of the things that my sister had said that goes on between those two, I did not know at all. I don't like it that they keep things from me just because they think I couldn't handle it. I don't know how to say this without sniffling. I was able to somewhat handle I was able to handle it and so not handle it. When my mom was in the hospital for the first time, I was like this. I was on the brink. But I held myself together by myself. By myself. I didn't have no family there to help me. I've been handling everything else on my own. And yet the family thinks they have the right, the ownership over my life. They got another thing coming. I promise you guys this. As soon as I graduate, I'm going to be getting a job. I don't care where it is. I'm going to be trying to save enough money so I can move out of North Dakota and away from the family. I want to spend Christmas with Sage and away from them because I feel like they are starting to become a negative influence on me. And as much as I love them, I feel like for the past 4 or 5 years, there has been no sense of family. The only sense of family I ever felt was mostly around my brother Matthew and sometimes around my sisters, usually when I'm with one or the other, never together. And when we have our family meals, like going out to eat or something, I hardly felt any of that. It felt like more like a business thing, which is really odd, but I don't know. So that's my venting for right now. It's going to take me a few days to process some things and to figure out what. It was suggested by this relative from my father's side that I tell them how I feel and what they have done that affects me so. But I'm literally horrified. I'm scared that if I tell them, they will yell at me some more, call me an ungrateful little shit, a bitch, or a little fucker, an asshole, or whatever. You know, you literally yell at me and lecture me and then kick me out, and then I end up having no one to help me. Granted, no one's really much helped me throughout all these years, besides rides or grocery shopping or book supplies. My Aunt Kathy even suggests, oh, I was the one helping you doing all this and everything. But I'm like, yeah, you have. And I'm grateful for that. But that's only a small percentage. I've been pushing myself the whole way this whole time without your help. So, yeah, one day I will emit all my frustration at them. So, one day, I promise. All right, I'm going to bed. First, I got to take a poop. So, a really big poop because I'm trying to hold it in. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment also if you ever had this family pressure that I've been feeling and maybe some advice. All right, I love you. Bye.